Cartoon, drawn to where I go. These clouds I'm below look like a painting. Sometimes I wonder in slow-mo, like a child being flattened by Batman fainting. They sound silly, but it's true. Actually, most things do. Lord, Lord, I prayed to you. Now here I am. I'm like a cartoon, for better or worse. For butter and bread I'm asking. It's written in the bubble floating above my head. Sometimes it's only ampersands and exclamations. They sound silly, but it's true. Actually, most things do. Lord, Lord, I pray to you. Now here I am. I'm like a cartoon. I'm like a cartoon, dodging falling safes. I heal right away, that's why they thank me. It's all just howling at the moon at the end of the day, surrounded by things that say Acme. We sound silly, but it's true. Actually, most things do. Lord, Lord, I prayed to you. Now here I am. I'm like a cartoon. 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 I'm like cartoon. I'm like a cartoon. I'm like a cartoon. I'm like a cartoon. I'm like a Disco is hopping. with our loving arms and get back to the good work again. Yeah, get back to the good work again. Moving my loving, shaking my soul, grooving my Chevy, taking it slow, sharing in the trouble, sharing in the pain. We can't just just lock loneliness away. No, we can't just lock loneliness away. Hey. See, all we really need is a really deep breath, a good dance floor, and a sing-along song. Someone to pour the wine while we smoke away the crime. We can save the world all night long. Yeah, let's do it. Let's save the world all night long. Just moving my loving, shaking my soul, grooving that shoving, taking it slow. Sharing in the trouble, sharing in the pain. We can't just lock loneliness away. No, we can't just lock loneliness away. Hey! reckon that it's true. I mean, I've seen it on the news. Every 2 minutes someone's stuck in jail. You know, most of them didn't hurt nothing but the dirt. It was just because their mind set sail. Yeah, it's just because their mind set sail. Hey, we should be moving by loving, shaking by soul, grooving not Chevy, taking it slow. Moving by loving, shaking my soul, grooving not shoving, taking it slow. Moving by loving, shaking my soul, grooving not shoving, taking it slow. Moving by loving, shaking my soul, grooving not shoving, taking it slow. Moving by loving, shaking my soul, grooving not shoving, taking it slow, everybody. Moving by loving, shaking my soul, grooving not shoving, taking it slow, Moving by loving, shaking my soul, grooving not shoving, taking it slow, Moving by loving, shaking my soul, grooving not shoving, taking it slow, Moving by loving, shaking my soul, grooving not shoving, taking it slow, Moving by loving, shaking my soul, grooving not shoving, taking it slow, Moving by loving, shaking my soul, grooving not shoving, taking it slow, Moving by loving, shaking my soul, grooving not shoving, taking it slow, Moving by loving, shaking my soul, grooving not shoving, taking it slow, Moving by loving, shaking my soul.
Oh my goodness, what fun! It's so good to see everybody. Oh, we're all cartoons tonight. It's so fun. Oh my goodness. It's good to see you, Lex.
You too, buddy.
We'll be right back.
That screen is amazing.
Oh yeah, this is the local Judy Chops.
Let's go.
Let's do this.
My girlfriend got a hipster haircut. Now all of the ladies think that she's so cool and stuff. She tells me to get a hipster haircut. No, I know I'll never be hip enough. My best friend got a hipster haircut. Now all of the ladies think that he's so cool and stuff. He tells me to get a hipster haircut. No, I know I'll never be good enough. Don't wanna waste my time. I'm doing fine. Fine on my own. Rockstar boy with a hipster haircut. A pretty boy, nobody could be good enough. Sell that image to the hipster haircut. Get 'em on the, they'll never be good enough. A young girl with her hipster haircut. A fashion plate, nobody could be good enough. Sell that image, sell those hipster haircuts. Let 'em on the, they'll never be hip enough. Don't wanna waste my time. I'm doing fine. Fine on my own. everybody with their hipster haircuts. Me, I know I'll never be good enough. I'll never ever have a hipster haircut. No, I know I'll never be hip enough. Don't wanna waste my time. I'm doing fine. Find my own.
So, hi, it's nice to meet you. My name's Harold.
Hi, nice to meet you. It's good coming from Canada.
Oh, yeah, Canada.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, I've been to Canada.
It's a
there.
good place, eh?
I'm from Minnesota originally. There's a lot of
Minnesota.
Canadians around there.
Well, we go.
Here's one from the birthday boy. Happy birthday, Brian.
I'm on you, said darling. When the walls come around, no fear matters. My ear to the ground. Now I got your back, baby. When the ghosts come around, and they all in our hands, I'll burn it to the ground. Only you. Only you. And I'm underneath, darling. When the walls come down, and it's breaking my bones, and I won't make a sound. Only you. Only you.
Tell son, make it stop.
Make it hot.
hot
We have tacos.
The winner.
We have hot sauce. Yeah, you can eat this. This is great.
edible.
This is edible. This is good.
That's very good.
Yes, this one is good as well. Next is Red Ghost. Is it time? Will we face our fear?
I'm ready to face my fear of hot chocolate.
It's hot chocolate. It's the chocolate Trinidad Maruga Scorpion.
I'm really afraid of scorpions.
Enjoy with caution.
Just a drop.
Smoky, earthy, and searing hot. It's good.
It's good. It tastes good.
Mm-hmm.
It's real hot. Ooh.
Ooh. Mmm. Thanks, Taos, and thanks, Nathan, for the hot sauce. And, make it stop. Really, though, this is really hot. It's good, though. Real good.
Taos hum. Make it stop.
Make it hot.
Hot sauce. Taos hum. Make it stop. Make it stop. Hot sauce. Taos hum.
Make it hot.
Let us return now to Nathan's land at Hippie Fiasco Rides Again Television Headquarters. Tonight, the whole other. Here they are. Nathan Moore, Lex Park, the whole other. Big hand. start? At the beginning, where do you go? To the end, just playing a part of an unwashed American riding again to find a friend, and I feel terrible, like it's already too late. Almost unbearable, just wanting to be great. Criminal, no escape. Where do you hide? Where no one can find you? Where do you stay? Where do you get away? Whoever you are, it costs quite a fortune to be free. Such a high price to pay, and I feel terrible, like it's already too late. Almost unbearable, just wanting to be great. Criminal, no escape. Where do you start? At the beginning, where do you go? To the end, just playing a part of an unwashed American riding again to find a friend, and I feel terrible, like it's already too late. Almost unbearable, just wanting to be great. I feel terrible, like it's already too late. Almost unbearable, just wanting to be great. Criminal, no escape.
flex.
Oh no!
Thank you, Magpie.
If I could spread your wings and hold you to the sky, you'd see what I see when I see you seem to fly. Something about the way you sort of smile and cry at the same time just gets me high. You said to me that you will not be free, like you've seen the future and you knew how it would be. Something about the way you sort of smile, unsure if you've seen this before. Tell me more. Tell me more. Something about the way you sort of smile and cry at the same time just gets me high.
And that was fun. We might have had some sound issues there. I'm not sure. I was just seeing some stuff in the chat, but I'm not really sure. But that was really fun. I figured this would be a good moment just to bring it down. Instead of just cutting to the break, we'll hang out for a second before the break.
Yeah, let's hang out.
Felt like a good breath moment. I'm hearing the Discord.
Is that me?
No, that's been going on the whole time. It's just in the room.
In your background?
From my iPad. Yeah.
Wow. Good speaker. Gee. Go ahead. Even though they are trying to they are basically reshaping human behavior in the modern age. Apple.
Reshaping behavior.
Well,
we need it. Isn't that what everybody's trying to do all the time?
Well, yeah.
Reshaping behavior. How do we reshape behavior?
I'm actually not prepared to talk about this at all right now. I was thinking about it earlier though, but
thinking about what?
That whole just the Apple, that whole behavioral thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just the way things upgrade and different things, and it just kind of basically not forces you, but you just end up using different things, and there's like this evolution, especially when you look at just like an iPhone or something, from what it was to all the capabilities it has now, and the way you use it, and the gestures, and all the things that just become second nature.
You saw that? What was that one documentary called?
Oh, my wife would remember.
You saw it though, right?
Yeah, the social experiment or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I apologize a little bit because I can't figure out how to mute my iPad. I cut it all the way down, but I can still hear it. So I was multitasking a little bit and didn't follow as well as I should have. But I think that's why I free associated that show. I was like, well, it sounds like you're talking about that.
Well, that was good. I mean, that was the old, I thought I muted it. Free association.
Yes, I still hear it.
Ghost in the Machine. What a great album that is.
Wait,
Police.
Was that the Police? Yeah. God.
We should learn one of those. We'd get shot by an arrow by YouTube. But
I was really into the Police when I was a kid.
Oh, me too. I got a couple of their records.
I guess they were happening then, to a certain extent.
Big time, dude. You were prime time Police. I was young, and like my older stepbrother who was in high school was listening to them, and I was like, dang, this is cool music. He also introduced me to the Sugar Hill Gang.
Did you ever go through a punk phase?
Briefly. Briefly. I had like Agent Orange and Black Flag. I don't know if that's actually punk. It might be punk. I can't.
Yeah, Black Flag's punk for sure.
Agent Orange and Dead Kennedys and a lot of the skate rock.
When I ran for public office in high school, I used a Black Flag title as my campaign slogan: "Rise above, rise above, go rise above."
Yeah, I listened to a lot of that stuff back then. But a mixture of stuff. Like those were influences. Like when I'd go to like skate ramps and stuff. Like people were playing that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
On the boom boxes.
That's what got me into it. Was definitely the skateboarding world.
Yep.
It's so cool. Like it's like how we're celebrating comic books tonight. But like I've even talked about it a couple times this week. For some reason, it's an interesting theme. But the cultures that surround those things suddenly, like punk music. It was a whole thing, you know, like what record stores had them, who, you know, it's such a word of mouth thing, and you got to get this record. And you know, comic books are sort of like that too, where the hub was the comic book store, and there was, you know, people that were in that, you know, endless world, this endless world that you join with other people to become part of a counterculture. And counterculture doesn't necessarily mean against culture. It just means it's
a whole other.
It's a whole other culture. Yeah. World within a world. But I remember that, like trying to find the cool punk records and hearing about one and then getting your hands on it. It was
Yeah.
a lot of record stores wouldn't even have a good punk section. But then you'd find one and, like, you know, oh man.
We had a really great record store where I grew up in Norfolk, Virginia, called Trax at this area town in Norfolk called Ward's Corner, and it was great. And they had a really great way. Like, a lot of record stores, I think, had this where, you know, just the way the store was laid out and the displays and stuff would draw your attention to what was hot, basically, you know. And then otherwise, you could talk to them, and they were so knowledgeable about, depending on who you talk to. And you got to know them.
Right.
Because they worked there forever. The whole time I went there, it was like the same people working there. And they all kind of had their specialty, and you could totally tell by just looking at them.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it was great. It was such a scene.
Yeah, exactly.
At the Trax record store, but that was also when cassettes were coming up and LPs were going away some.
Ooh, yeah.
And then, you know, I saw CDs come up too, but the cassettes, you know, they had cassette singles, and I used to love those. I loved
cassette singles.
Cassette singles, man. It was like
That's
a 45,
extravagant right
you know.
there.
It was like one song on each side. And those were kind of cool because they would be like on the B-side, you know, you'd have like real B-sides that wouldn't appear on an album or anywhere else, you know, and stuff. I wish I still had that stuff, but sadly, folks, I lost it in a fire.
Oh, man.
And that was a tragic event. No one died. No one got hurt. The house didn't burn down, but my record collection melted into one block of vinyl in crates. It was crazy.
Ouch.
Yeah, they were two crates stacked up, and the top ones, you know, they all melted, but they kind of melted into a cube, you know, like they saturated through most of the cardboard for the most part, and like just melted into cubes that were inside these milk crates.
Wow.
And the top one kind of melted down over the other one. I should have turned it into a lamp or something.
That's what exactly I just pictured. I was like,
I
why
was
didn't you
so-
turn that into a lamp?
I was so in shock, but
I just got a bunch of boxes that are specially made for 45s, so I could
cool.
finally get all of Dad's out of his basement. They're just all
That's
over
great.
down there. They
Good.
need to be properly stored.
And that's a special size. Like, you can't use a milk crate for 45s very efficiently.
No,
So,
no, it's terrible.
It's a mess.
They're a mess in any box unless it's specially made.
Yeah. Yep. That's great.
Yeah,
He's got a
back
bunch.
to the other thing we were talking about. I think I remember the thing that got me on that tip was talking about magic stores the other night. Because being a big fan of magic and being a traveling musician, it enabled me to go to some of the most famous magic stores in the country back in the day. A lot of them don't exist anymore, but legendary hubs of culture like that. And you know, the dude at the counter was, but you know, such a character.
Yeah.
Knows all the tricks.
Dude.
He'll sell you a trick by blowing your mind with one. That's his angle. You know, like, oh, here comes somebody. Here, check this out. You know, or they're just like the go-to guy for like the secret society of magic secrets.
It's absolutely true, and I know this for a fact myself, personal experience. New Norfolk story. So my first band, Ananda, with my great friends Tim Fox, played guitar, and Ryan Shaughnessy played drums. We were a trio. We did like a jam thing. It was kind of Zappa influenced, Fish, Hendrix influence, had all, you know, it was kind of that thing, but in Norfolk, Virginia, and we had a whole little thing, late 90s into the 2000s. And good grief, we What were you just saying, Nathan?
Magic tricks.
We had a store. Thank you. We had a store in Norfolk, so we had a great record shop. But we also had this magic store called Magic and More. And Windley, the fantastic wizard, ran the place.
Windley. Of
And
course.
of course. And when I went there as a kid, he was probably in his 50s, maybe 40s into 50s when I was a kid. And I would go there and, oh my God, Nathan, it was such a thing. Like, when I was a little kid, I would be kind of creeped out going in there. Because, like, there were, like, ventriloquist dolls.
He could cut his hand off.
Well, there was everything.
Right.
And look at that GIF. Look at that. SpongeBob. My goodness, that's great. Whoever did that is just it. But we got to know Windley, and Tim was, he went to Magic and More when he was growing up. It was just a place. Ryan Shaughnessy grew up in Massachusetts, so he didn't get the Magic and More thing. They may have a place up there. He'll tell that story one day. But we got to know Windley and reconnected with him when we had our band, and we would do these like theatrical things too. And we would write these songs that were kind of epic, like 18-minute long, like songs without a jam. Like, it was written music for 18, minutes. And we had this one piece that we did at a show, and he came out with us and did the whole
other
girl in a box with the saw blades and everything.
Right. Yeah.
Right there in front. We were at this place called the Generic Theater, and he came out and did that while we kind of did this whole monologue, this narration over it that tied into the story of this song. It was really fun. And so
that was part of your show.
It was part of our show. This guy, Windley, from the Magic Shop.
He used to do music
Amazing.
shows with magic as part of the show, folks. I mean, is there any doubt that we're long lost brothers?
I know. There's a parallelism going on.
Yeah, that's parallel universes.
But, Magic Store shop owners are special people. He was so great because, we rehearsed this shit, so we spent a lot of time with him. It was cool. It was cool getting to really know him. Like, growing up and seeing him being creeped out when I first went in a few times, to him becoming this figure that we shared the stage with and made this crazy scene for a night. And he did it with us a few times. He did some other shit too. I'd have to ask Tim what he did some of the other shows. That's the one I remember the most.
Mm-hmm.
But he did some other stuff with us, and it was it's just neat.
Surprisingly, Mr.
Magic.
Davis used to do magic during our sets, but there was also the dream version of like a Copperfield rock and roll, like Copperfield level rock and roll show. Yeah. The big budget illusions, the ones that sort of work themselves. It's all theater.
Yeah.
That dream still hasn't happened yet, but we definitely vaudevilled it out like crazy.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's really. I love magic. I'm such a kid still when it comes to that. I'm constantly blown away, and I love telling this story. And forgive me if this is like the fourth time I've already told this story. But when we were on Jam Cruise, folks.
Oh no, you don't have to tell this story.
Can I? It's magic.
I don't know.
It's so freaking
It's
magic.
a good story. It's a great story, for sure. It's a long one, though, to do it right.
I can do Folks, let's take it to the chat. Do you want to hear this story or not? I'll keep it short.
Take it to the chat. I like that. check in the chat.
You ready for a
How'd that
stretch
go?
story?
How did check in the chat go?
It was just check in the chat. And it was like a harmony.
Right. Check.
So it was like somebody took that one and the other one was like, check in the chat.
I'm actually checking the chat.
There's
been so much cool stuff going on. Kethra was coloring the album cover and the disco, but I'm missing a lot of gifts because I'm not. I usually do the disco on one computer and the gifts on another, but I was afraid to open Discord on this computer over here because we're doing all these overlays with the comic book stuff. I didn't want it to freeze up on me. The
Yeah.
comic book theme has been fun.
Oh, it's so cool. And good job on pulling all these
Oh my
elements
God, there's
together,
so
man.
much gold in the gifts. I have not been on the gift task tonight. This is ridiculous. Such great comic book stuff.
I could have already told my story by now.
Oh shoot!
Nah,
I guess I could
think
read.
I'm
I could read the chat
I'm
while
getting
you're.
some thumbs up.
I could read the chat while you're telling the story.
Well,
I was sort of going back to see. It's just an amazing amount
I'm
of
afraid to open
amazing
this.
gifts. You won't even believe it.
I mean, talk about magic. The gifts. I know. I'm scrolling back too.
You've been in the disco before, Pickle,
Oh, the
haven't you?
tapes.
You've been in there. I've seen you in there. So was the sound weird out there? I saw a couple of things and I was like, oh no, what's going on? It does get mystifying sometimes. There was one time when I had a thing that was going. This happens all the time, actually. I had something going that was too loud, but I thought it was. I didn't think it was me. I thought it was either a sound you were making, or I wasn't necessarily thinking like, oh, it's too loud, I can't cut it down. It just didn't register to me that it was my sound that was happening. I was like, oh. I lose track of what all is I've done.
I heard you say something, and so was it something I had going?
Oh, I have no idea. I at one point Magpie said in a thing that that all my stuff is louder than your stuff.
Oh,
She said everything Nathan is louder than Lex. She just said it again.
well,
And then I cut this thing, something off or whatever, and I was like, oh, I didn't even know that was me when he did it.
right,
I thought it was your synth part.
right. There were some moments we were following each other, I think, pretty well. Or I was definitely trying to chase you around wherever you were going. So, there were a few times where even I got lost. I was like, wait, which sound is mine? Oh yeah, that's me. That's me.
But yeah, at the same time, there's some things I'm a little mystified with the sound, and like I told you earlier, I was going to really pay attention on the sound, and I've been playing with it, doing some experiments. That's why I'm sort of more than willing to talk about it too, to figure out like when that was, because I've been messing. I've been going in there and messing with it, trying to not be so committed to where we've been in the past, like where the compression was sitting, and I would tweak your compression, and then that would change your whole. Then I had to bring you down.
Right.
Like once I took compression off of you, I had to bring it was peaking out. So now we're in like new territory, and I did the same thing with my electric guitar. So, and sometimes I'm completely confused with why things sound different on the show than they do in my headphones. And if that's truly the case, or if it's an illusion, because it shouldn't be so.
Right. It's funny to me every time we listen back afterwards, it sounds completely different to me than it did when it was happening.
Which doesn't make any sense, because we're just listening to the feed. There's a couple of ways that could happen for real, but the way we have it, it shouldn't be the case.
It's so strange.
There's that record monitor feature where we can monitor the effects but not print them, and I think printing is the same as going to the show. So that's one way the output would sound different than than what we hear in the monitor. Or if the volume sliders were changed, but they're all right there at 0. It's a process.
You want to play an acoustic song?
You want to tell that story?
Yeah, I'll tell that story. It's magic, y'all. We'll go back to magic. I love talking about this story. So we're sitting there in between songs. It's we're waiting.
Jam cruise.
We're waiting for the sun to come up, and we're kind of taking a little break. I'm sitting around shooting the breeze, and Ben is talking to Ben Morrison from the Brothers Comatose. They're on board, great band, and he's there at the spot. This is at the spot, and we're chilling. We're playing great songs, and again, we're taking a break, and he's sitting there talking to somebody, and Nathan pulls out a deck of cards and a marker and gets his attention and like kind of interrupts him and says, "Hey, can you let me show you a trick that write your name on this card, or pick a card, write your name on it." And so he did, and then he put it back in the deck. He shuffled up the deck and did some stuff, and then like blah 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 blah. Alakazam pulls out a card and is like, "Is this your card?" And it was a signed card. Now this is freaky, and I don't know if it was intentional, but that's just for the magician to know, I guess. But the card he pulled out of this deck was signed, but it was signed by my wife, Corey Park. It was crazy. So he pulls that one out, and I see it, and I said, "Damn!" That's it. And Ben Morrison looks at it and is like, "No, that's not my signature." And Nathan was like, "Oh," and he put it back in the deck, and he's like, "Dang!" And he looked kind of a little bit flustered, and so Ben Morrison just goes to the back talking to this person and didn't pay him no mind. And then meanwhile Nathan's like shuffling the deck, and he's looking at it, and he's kind of like rubbing the deck, and he's looking, real kind of like, man, gosh, what is going on? I got to do something. What is wrong with this? I know where this card is. And then he takes the whole deck out of nowhere. Everybody who kind of was tuned in at first, watching this to see if he had pulled a card out, when he didn't, kind of faded off. They were like, you could hear the, and then, so we were just kind of like backed off. But then Nathan, like, you heard this pow, and Nathan had thrown the whole deck up to the ceiling of the deck of this freaking ship, this steel metal ship. And he threw it up in the air and smacked the ceiling, and everybody was like, "Ah!" And all these cards came raining down. And then he pointed up, and there was one card stuck to the damn ceiling, like 20 feet up. Signature side out, Ben Morrison. Stuck to the ceiling. And the whole place, everybody jumped off the ship. It was crazy.
True story. Everybody jumped
off the ship.
Everybody did.
I mean, it was crazy. That part's not true, but everything else is. I swear. It was amazing, and I even feel like a kid when I think about that. I love that magic, man. It's freaking sweet.
I've been getting back into it. I go through phases, but trying to do more silly stuff on the show. Have some fun with it.
We were all amazed, and Ben was just in shock. We were all amazed.
I used to. There was a tour or two that I did that in almost every venue I played, and every single venue that I did that in, it would still be there the next time I played there again.
That's so awesome.
And it was like, I didn't even think about it that way at the time, but it was one of the best marketing things I've ever done. Because you're the reason that's up there.
I think you even told me one time that somebody even contacted you and was like, "Hey, dude, your card's still at that place. I see it."
It's so funny. Yeah, I would get people text me pictures of it.
Yep, still there.
John Huggins, there was one on Shenandoah Pizza until he sold the place. He's like, "I'll tell you what, when we sold that place, it was like a couple of years later. It was like, it was hard seeing him take that card off the."
Oh, man. Brent? No way.
No, it was John when he sold. Oh, right, the new owner, right? Yeah. But this is actually a different
location. Frame
location
around it. That would have been cool as shit.
That's classic.
Put a little frame, build a little decorative frame around it, and then just paint around.
That's classic.
How do you take that down? I mean, I would be so. If I just found a card like that, I would be so amazed that it's up there like that. I would be like, "Oh man, that's definitely got to stay." That's good luck. That's a good omen. I might not even have to sage the place now. Card randomly stuck up there. I'm not knowing the story behind it.
Well, should we take a break and
Yeah.
come up with a leaving song?
Let's do it. A little leaving set.
So for the break, I have the current edit. Kendi!
Oh, I can't wait to see this.
Kendi says,
Kendi!
Isn't that what's the best thing about magic? You can't help but feel like a kid. Wonderment and curiosity are few and far between when you have to adult so hard.
Amen.
So grateful for your wonderment and commitment to curiosity. It helps me do it too. Nice. The beautiful thing about magic to me too is that when you get in a spell when you're doing it, magic stuff happens when you start doing it as a practice. It's not all about, like, at least for me, like, it's not about fooling people. It's about getting into your grace with it. And once you're in your grace with it, all this stuff happens all the time that is inexplicable even to the person doing it.
That's cool.
Like all the time.
That's
And,
awesome.
and you know when you're in that, it's like
a magic zone.
it's like an athlete or an artist or anything. Like if you're doing it every day, you're finding your grace within that thing or whatever, and then all of a sudden it's just like, wow, how is this happening? How am I doing this? And magic is no different. And then it's even more fun with magic because it's magic in the first place.
I mean, yeah, the flow. The flow is magic.
The flow is magic.
And when you got the flow going on
with
at a magic show,
freak your own self out. Yeah, it's fun.
yeah. Oh man. So I can't wait to see this video you were.
Oh,
about
right,
to talk
right. I was
about.
just setting it up. It's the a really short feature-length documentary about the making of Holler and Hope, which is now in the hands of CD Baby, who
Nice.
swears to me they're going to send it to all the platforms as soon as they finish inspecting it.
Oh yeah, well there is an inspection.
So they're inspecting it.
Well, I expect them to inspect it. So
It's pretty exciting. And people have been coloring the covers and everything, so I knew while it was fresh in my mind I'd have to piece together some kind of highlight reel montage of the making of the record. And I'm not sure it's finished yet, but it's come a long way this week, and it's only like 13 minutes long or something, but yeah, I want you to see it.
I can't wait to see it.
We'll be right back after this. Enjoy it. Holler and Hope. Thanks for watching.
Hippie fiasco.
Why don't we try this? I'm going to play on this track. You
Okay.
just, turn my screen off or my mic off, whatever you do, and I'll be back in like however long that song is. Be back in 4 minutes.
Yeah, just ignore us. We're not even here.
Okay. It's not going to sound like. Actually, it could be amazing. Let's see.
When you fall down in a hole, you don't care who drops the rope. All you can do is holler and hope someone will.
Maybe that should be on the record. We could use the porch board. We could just take that kick. Sounds like such a heartbeat right now. It fits on the record. God, should we call it Holler and Hope? Holler and Hope. Cruising along. I should put a countdown or something. I guess we got 10 days. If the 13th's the deadline and it's the 3rd, I guess we got 10 days. Artwork, all the mixes, you have to have it mastered. and we have to join a distributor, like a DistroKid or CD Baby or something. I gotta do some research there. If anybody has a hot tip, put all these things in the pick in the lockdown room text channel on Discord. It's a good place for notes. Oh, and a new feature that Percy can do while we're recording is if you do %sign notes. You can leave notes about stuff you hear as I'm working so we don't forget them. If you think of something like, oh, I think this should happen or this should happen anytime you're listening, you can just go into the notes or go into the anywhere you are, actually, whether you're on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're watching from, this command works. So you just do %sign notes, and then after that, write a note. I think you need more bass in that section in that one song. And then we can bring them up. So if you followed notes with a note, it would just go into these notes. More kazoo by tech support. We actually did some kazooing last night. Inspired a whole part. I came up with a part on kazoo, but this moment right here, I forgot that happened, sort of. Ben was in here, so I just started playing kazoo, and then I came up with a melody playing kazoo, so then I faked it with horns. It's now a fun moment in the song. So, good note. Very good note. Over and beyond the Call of Duty, I love you for it. Thank you for doing that.
Oh, I can't help it, but yeah.
And the only reason I'm bringing that up now, as opposed to just keeping you working on this, is I'm wondering if you'll tell us the other notes you took.
Oh, yeah. Do you want me to just say them real quick?
Yeah, I won't. I can just watch the show back. I don't need to write them down.
Okay, cool. So I don't remember. I didn't write down the track names just because I was trying to go quick. But the first track on your website, which do you know what that is?
Sweet Song.
Okay. I was feeling actually a similar delay on the shaker that we just created for the hi-hat. Could be kind of cool for that song also.
I don't think there is a shaker on it. You know what's on it? My nail file.
Oh.
I had to file my nails because they kept hanging up on the strings, and I was just sitting in front of the mic doing it, and it sounded so cool in the mic. I was like, I got it. That's it. That's the sound. It's my porch board is the kick and my nail file for the shaker.
I love it. Very cool.
Should we put that on the track? Probably should while we're here. So glad the world can't hear my thoughts. Arno sent a bunch of stuff that I haven't heard yet for Imogene today. Look at this. Imogene all horns. Backing 1, backing 2, backing 3, high choir 2, and Imogene melody. What are these? What are these parts? I just can't imagine the record without Arno. Oh, I love when you bring in sent in parts and they make this rainbow. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Would you look at that? Just look at that. Would you look at that?
I think this is going to be real neat, and I think all the tunes have their own individual qualities, and they're all really nice apart from each other. They're sort of they've got different atmospheres all within themselves, and it still works together really well.
Nice.
Because it's you that binds the thing, really.
What binds it?
Well, your voice.
Oh, right.
The way you sing, the way you write, yeah, makes it all. I think sort of at night is my melting point at the moment.
Oh, I love that.
I think it's a good thing Lex is coming.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I awoke in a land of dreams, stuffed and sewed along the seams. All my life, this is how I feel, and I have no idea now if I'm real.
So fun.
Maybe with the exception of a couple spots, might be the one.
Mm-hmm. I was just about to add some stuff to this song and thought it wouldn't be cool to the archives to do it off air. So it's really not an official show. I just will probably be doing this a lot for the next couple of weeks till we hit our deadline of if something is happening that seems important as far as the record goes. I got to go live. Last night I almost did it too because I was like, oh man, I'm making some big decisions here. I'm making some calls, you know. You got to respect my co-producers that are out there. I'm making some big decisions here without you guys. It's officially unofficial now. That's exactly right. All right, I'm going to try that again, see if I got a little better signal and see what happens.
Once the sun hides its eyes beneath the moon and the starry skies, that's when I rise at night. The world is mine. Understand, it's hard. See, I used to be a rambling man.
So fun. Holt. Uh-oh. That's a lot. That's a lot of stuff. We could make it happen. We could make it happen. That's a whole thing. I'm not saying no.
Bad time, a bad time to be a clown. Shall we do this? Should we just dive right in and see what happens? Yeah. Oh, yes, we should. Nice. If they were... Oh, dude. Are you kidding me? Please protect me if it's not a good fit. What would protection mean? Not telling you? Telling you gently? I don't even know how I would protect you. But I already love that. That was so sweet. I'm just soaking that up for a second. Procrastinating a little bit because I know it's going to be really boring once I start tracking this song. Especially the way I'm planning on tracking it. I'm basically going to sketch it first. I'm going to make a template of the song because it's going to be tricky for a few reasons, but one is it changes tempo and time halfway through the song. It's sort of a piano song, and I don't really play piano, but I think I can find something cool for this. There it goes, up in smoke. There it goes, down in flames. There it goes, up in smoke. There it goes, down in flames. There it goes. Oh, baby, hold on tight. What do you have to? She heard the music. She heard the music. It was like, wow, look what y'all did. So Arno just reached out to me while we were listening and wants to pitch in and get us a professional mastering job on the record, which is almost cried saying that, which it does deserve, I think. And a good masterer can work wonders with what we have there. It's a good, raw, real record. Really fun to get it back professionally mastered. Well, what a wonderful night. What a wonderful trip this has all been. Thank you all so much for playing along. I just can't even process just how good that felt. If I'll remember that forever. Didn't expect that. But thank you so much. Realized, I'm going to have to start putting my colors where my mouth is, Hashtag Holler and Hope. The cover, we love it so much. And I've been encouraging everybody to color it. I'm like, yeah, you should color it, Have your kids color it. Print one out, give it to your kid, have them color it. And then share it online. It's our new record. Hashtag Holler and Hope. I love the little heart that we have on there from our emojis that Pickle King made on the record. It's so cool. So yeah, play along if you haven't heard the new record yet. It's amazing. It's at nathansland.com. It's called Holler and Hope. It was made right here on the show. It was our love letter to the world. It was, we reached out. We asked for the light. We asked for light. Give us light. And we reached out and they gave us light. And they filled our heart. We turned it into music. And now we're giving it back to you. Thanks for watching. We'll be right back. Here's the lead-off song from Holler and Hope. You got this.
Hippie fiasco.
Here's years hoping they can reach us. You know, life's finest teachers, the ones to show us how to do what must be done. And I don't mean abstractly, I mean matter-of-factly. The nuts and bolts of flying to the sun. But who can show us where to look? How will we know what must be done? I know it's written in a million books, but we can't read every one. Some say God has a plan for every woman, child, and man. Of all the things to think that might be true. And I don't mean abstractly, I mean matter-of-factly. I can't play piano, can you? But who can show us what it meant when first a string tied to a bow? How do we find our instrument? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? It's a sort of prayer to get up and go out there, to know your feet can find a sacred path. And I don't mean abstractly, I mean matter-of-factly. Once you're on it, you ain't ever looking back. I have no idea how it works from where we get our gifts, but each of us, I'm sure, something nobody else is. You got this, 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 you got
Turn out and they
Fiasco.
Let us return now to Nathan's land at Hippie Fiasco Rides Again Television Headquarters. Tonight, the whole other. Here they are. Nathan Moore, Lex Park, the whole other. Big hand.
Hey!
We got I'm switching here. Have you ever been to the shit show here? I wouldn't sit in the front row. Just gets back. Have you ever been to the shit show? The trick is not to get too close. Stay away from the open window. Oh shoot!
Yeah, it's fast.
It's really fast. I can do it though. I just don't remember the words. Have you ever been to the shit show? Just stay the way that the wind blows. The trick is not to get too close. Stay away from the open windows when you're alone. Don't forget to roll your eyes. Go along, just go along for the ride. News coming down from the wire is not looking like we're getting any higher. Hey, that's not what it said on the flyer. Well, there's naked people dancing around the fire and the moon's out.
way out, now sip, sip, shine. Go along, just go along for the ride. Have you ever been to the shit show? Hey, I wouldn't sit in the front row, just in case the powder keg does blow and you don't want any up your own nose when you're alone. Don't forget to roll your eyes. Go along, just go along for the ride. You go along, just go along for the ride. Boy, have you ever been to the shit show? Better stay the way that the wind blows. The trick is not to get too close. Stay away from the open windows when you're alone. Don't forget to roll your eyes. Go along, just go along for the ride. You go along, just go along for the ride. Wow. Jeez.
I don't know what key. D. There it is.
That was fun.
Oh man, good call. Good call. We were like, what do we do? What do we do? I just like during the break, I just like plugged in Shantae, and he was like, what do you want to do? I was like, well, I just plugged in the upright.
This is all happening so fast.
It's all just. Oh man, I'm loving this screen. Look at that. That's.
Here I got one.
I hit the brakes, but it takes a long time to stop a train. The heavier the load, the further it goes. Takes a long time to stop a train. We were weighted down, we were standing bound. Takes a long time to stop a train. It's steel on steel, steel rails, steel wheels. Takes a long time to stop a train. Please get out of the way. Please get out of the way. Woo-hoo. Just at a crow's egg, standing on the tracks. Takes a long time to stop a train. Never saw his face, only saw his back. Takes a long time to stop the train. It's the end of March 2019. Takes a long time to stop a train. The steel threw sparks, the whistle screamed. Takes a long time to stop a train. Please get out of the way. Please get out of the way. and the engineer on the Buckingham line. Takes a long time to stop a train. Went 30 years without crying. Takes a long time to stop a train. Then we're standing near, swear I ain't lying. Takes a long time to stop a train. I cannot steer clear of another man dying. Takes a long time to stop a train. Please get out of the way. Please get out of the way.
Can we do that chorus like 8 more times?
That does feel good. It's so much harder to switch scenes when you're playing acoustic music. That's that whole thing about electric music. Y'all didn't tell me.
Just rings
acoustic. If you're an acoustic musician, you're working all the time, every second.
Yep.
If you're an electric musician, you can take 30 seconds off if you have to.
Yeah.
Did we summon Siri?
Okay.
Yeah,
I
we
found
did.
this on the web for if you're an electric musician, you can take them 30 seconds off of. Check it out.
Dang, what's that all about?
I don't know. Siri's Googling what we're talking about.
You piqued my interest.
It's going to hook us up.
Man, let's do another one with harmonies. Hey, let's do, can we do Enough About Me?
Ooh.
Is that possible?
Maybe we should change the key.
Okay.
Let's try it in C.
Okay.
There's a guy. Oh, wait. Maybe not. There's a guy. God walking a fine. That would be all like that. That might be. Is that too moody? There's a God walking a fine line. Might be. Is it good? There's a God walking a fine line between suicide and crucified. There's an ant climbing up the side of a bottle of moonshine in the sunshine. There's a town suddenly shut down and the only sound is enough to drown. There's a beautiful flower that smells awful. Look, but no nose full. It's really terrible. But enough about me. I've always been blue, like the sky is blue. See what I see, and not one thing I see I know it's true. But I really used to know you. To know me too. There's a picture of Pain of the one to blame on the wall hang, but it's been framed. There's a faint echo of a child's name, a dissipating wave, fading away, fading away. There's a remnants of last night's magic, a burnt matchstick, two of hearts trick. There's a guitar leaning on a mattress. I've been getting into fitness, my love is my witness. But enough about me, I've always been blue, like the sky is blue. I see what I see, and not one thing I see I know is true. But I really used to know you, really used to know me too. My finger got stuck. There's a siren sounding starboard, the ambulance is backwards, I'm diving in for her. There's a night owl lost in the day, people calling his name, who is all he can say. And there's this one thing that's hard to prove, it's this game on the chessboard where nobody moves. And there's a heater humming at my feet, and out the window I can see air they breathe. But enough about me, I've always been blue, like the sky is blue. I see what I see, and not one thing I see I know is true. But I really used to know you, really used to know me too. Yes, I really used to know you, really used to know me too.
I thought I had a harmony, but I think the key change might have
Sorry
been
about
different.
that.
No, it's fine.
You could have done it.
What's the original key of that? Do you remember?
G.
Is it? So what was that like?
A. It's up a step.
Sky is blue.
See what I see, and not one thing I see I know is true.
Wait, are we back in the?
I went back to A. Oh, you want to go down to G?
Is that the original?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I was just wondering if I still remember that harmony.
Enough about me, I've always been blue, like the sky is blue. I see what I see, and not one thing I see I know is true. But I really used to know you, really used to know me too. I should have done it there. Sorry about that.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I forgot my reverb and everything. Ugh. Oh, now I got it on. Man.
That's a good one for our acoustic set, though. That is a nice harmony. Very nice.
Oh man, it's nice. It's fun playing acoustic.
It is.
It really
What's
is.
next?
I don't know. What was the second one we played? What happened after Shit Show?
Stop a Train. You dropped a bomb on me, baby. Dropped a bomb on me.
Yeah, this is cool. This is kind of like we're just on your back porch out there.
Mm-hmm.
There's some snow on the ground.
I know, it's so pretty.
And tomorrow it's supposed to be near 60, so yeah.
It's neurotic.
What about? I don't even know if I know this song, but what about "Believe in Ghosts"? Just because we were talking about it, or I was thinking about it earlier.
Oh, we already played "Movin'," Kendi. Oh, that might. Yeah, is that a new one? I'm tired of slowing down. I'm tired of waiting around. Tired of finding something new to find each time something is found. Of course I've learned my lessons. I can give some good advice. Still it's hard to take the same old river twice. When I know it isn't true, but it doesn't go away. And no one asks what's new, 'cause they know what I will say. It's hard to have faith when you need it the most at the end of the day. Do you believe in ghosts? Disappear into these screens and a billion jelly beans. Now I'm coughing up a coffin, driving nails lazily. I might dream up a mountain on the wings of such an ocean, or just a pair of ragged claws on the bottom of the ocean. When I know it isn't true, but it doesn't go away. And no one asks what's new, 'cause they know what I will say. But it's hard to have faith when you need it the most at the end of the day. Do you believe in ghosts? Tired of slowing down. I'm tired of waiting round. Tired of finding something new to find each time something is found. Of course I've learned my lessons. I can give some good advice. Still it's hard to take the same old river twice. When I know it isn't true, doesn't go away. And
No one asks what's new, 'cause they know what I will say. But it's hard to have faith when you need it the most at the end of the day. When I know it isn't true, but it doesn't go away. And no one asks what's new, 'cause they know what I will say. Well, it's hard to have faith when you need it the most at the end of the day. Do you believe in ghosts?
This was how your day started. Started wrong. Barbara! Barbara, get up. You'll be late for school.
Does she have to do this every morning, Barbara? Even if you're not really well-mannered, you could make a habit of being civil. Helen has trained herself to know what she's going to do, and she's able to match the right skirt with the right sweater. As usual, all your neighbors knew how late it was when you went by at your regular dog trot. Helen has a habit plan, and it includes a healthy breakfast and a pleasant word with her parents. And you're almost always late, and you're guilty about it. You're in a rut with a bad habit, distaste for your sloppy ways. You were embarrassed by your messy hair and the fingernails you had neglected to clean. You were listening.
We always go to the beach. Every year we take a cottage at Esmond.
You couldn't help interrupting, could you? You added nothing to that conversation.
All week long I've been writing down the wall. Writing and writing and writing, erasing it all. Never set my watch, just couldn't take the tide. But I was over last Sunday and she didn't seem to mind. If I could just shut up for 5 minutes, I might be alright, I might be fine.
Alright, we should reset. Is it really blown out, my signal? I feel like I'm peaked out. Oh yeah. Why is that?
Not here though.
Really? Why would that be? Doesn't sound buzzy to you?
Well, I guess everything does a little bit. I just can't figure out why.
And that feels like it's peaking too.
Keep it going.
All of a sudden though. Huh. It's really buzzy though. It's really peaked out.
Yeah, I can't figure out why. The meters are all completely sane here. It's not even in the yellow that much.
You hear it too,
and the
though,
compressor's not working that hard.
Huh.
That buzzes my electric.
Well, let's try it again.
I just fixed that by kicking it.
Yeah.
writing and writing and writing, erasing it all. Never set my watch, just couldn't take the time. But I was over last Sunday and she didn't seem to mind. I got it. Everyone outside is choosing sides. Silly me, I still think they're alright. Don't know why we have to draw the line. But I was over last Sunday and she didn't seem to mind. Now if I could just shut up for 5 minutes, I might be alright. I might be fine. My record skips my name. Sometimes my better angels know such shame. And some of my pain isn't even mine. But I was over last Sunday and she didn't seem to mind. Now if I could just shut up for 5 minutes, I might be alright. Yeah, I might be fine. might be fine, might be fine, might be fine, might be fine, might be so much I've learned I never really wanted to know. Lately I've been letting myself go. Wouldn't recognize me from behind. But I was over last Sunday and she didn't seem to mind. I was over last Sunday and she didn't seem to mind. I was over last Sunday and she didn't seem to mind. I was over last Sunday and she didn't seem to mind. Perfect.
Well, you know, to be fair, we haven't played that in a long time.
It was fun. I love
that. Was
that
fun.
song.
I like the restart because it was very beautiful at the beginning. That was really cool. How
No, I had
got
jumped the
into it.
gun on the chorus the first time. There was
Oh,
a lot
right.
going on, and it was, you know, it was peaking out.
it was feeding
We
up.
have a lot to figure out sound wise. You know, I think
Sometimes things happen.
reconfiguring things back to the showville from the recordville, and
Right. Yeah.
and just dialing it in and work in progress. I definitely learned a lot tonight and had a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't wait to hear it back.
Yep.
And I can't wait to do it again.
I can't either. Friday night get right, man. Thanks
Friday
again
night
for
get right.
having me over here, Nathan.
Thanks for doing this.
It's so comfy. It's such a relief to be able to do this and be expressive with music and your songs. It's just a lot of fun. And thanks for everybody for tuning in and being in.
Thank
the
you
chat.
all out there so much for watching.
All the gifts.
All the gifts. I'm sorry I was such a slacker on the gifts tonight. That's the thing, you know, when you with some of these themes, you know, they really push the computer to the limit with all the ideas.
Yeah.
But it's fun. We've done some good ones.
Great job tonight,
Comic
Captain.
that was Lex inspired that by sending me some comic book panels the other day. Like, hey, check that out. And then we just rolled with it.
He was like, comic theme. I was like, okay. Yeah, that was cool.
It had to happen.
All right.
So I guess our new
song?
right. Our new tradition, I guess, is we don't have any outro yet. We just.
I guess we need to write it. We could write an outro.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Cosmic.
Yeah, that was fun. Thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, thanks everybody. That was a lot of fun. Some neat songs tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. We never have a plan, guys. We never have a plan.
It's part of the risk.
Part
of the high wire act.
The little bit of talking we do before the show about what we're going to play is really just what song we're going to start with. So sometimes the first couple, and then from there it's how the wind blows. And I really enjoy that part. Keeps me on my toes.
Yep. That's another reason it's a little hard to dial. If we were playing the same songs every week, we would have the sound so well dialed in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we'd be comparing the same songs. We cover such different ground.
Oh yeah.
It's hard to know what the it never sounds the same way twice. So
it's really funny because like especially like on the keyboard, you know, I'm not always sure that whatever sound I just selected will work.
Right, me neither. Oh, we're really flying on the wing and a prayer.
I'm
there.
like, I don't have. This isn't like a sound I go to for this part, but let me see what happens here. You know.
Yep.
So it's fun. It's fun to just jump off, but it's easy. We got a good drummer, so you know, he'll carry us.
It's a little brave, but it's more faith than courage, I'd say.
Oh yeah, I saw that come in. It is. There's a lot of faith, and there's.
We both know the secret is whenever whenever you get lost or whatever, just listen. If
it's peeking out and weird, just stop and restart.
Right. Reset.
Yeah. Can always do that. Drummers don't mind. He's cool. Like Gold. What's his name?
Drummer's up for anything. Gus.
Yeah. All right, but you know. Yeah, it's faith, and it's you know, if there's technique, it's definitely a lot of listening. I was trying to pay attention where I would tonight. Here's a peek behind the curtain, folks. Tonight, what was on my mind in some of our our improvisational segments was I was kind of staying still, and then really trying to listen to kind of like what you were doing, and then try to think about like what modes those were. I was being very selective at times with like the notes I was playing, and really trying to like find those just a good mode to play to fit whatever like melody you were coming up with, and that was changing, so it was cool, you know, like you wouldn't it was almost like you were soloing in a way, but not like shredding soloing or anything, but you know, you were just expressing yourself. It was like idea after idea, and so it was cool to try to like respond to that like in real time, and try to, you know, there was some anticipation there on my part too, where I was like trying to, okay, maybe he's going to go to that note, so I'll go to this one, you know, and then sometimes that worked and sometimes that didn't to me, but yeah, that kind of interplay was fun, and it's all listening. It's all listening, and yeah, and trying to find the right note at the right time.
Oh, the right note. I thought there was a couple of new territories.
We got really dirty in one song. I can't remember which one it was. Criminal maybe or something.
Oh yeah,
we got
with the breaks.
Sweet. Sorry, we got really with the overdrive, and we got into like yeah. You know what? It was in Like a Cartoon, actually.
Like a Cartoon.
It was like it was in that one, and we got in. No, it was later on. Sorry, it was later on. But I did that double time beat. I ended up going to it, the one that I was talking about before the show, the double time beat.
So excited about it.
I went to it, and we shredded it, man. It was cool. It was a nice moment. I can't wait to hear that back. Cartoon. I hadn't played that one ever, I don't think.
Yeah. I'd like to do that one again. There's so many things that could happen with that song. Not good. This came in handy again.
Yeah, what is that?
It's just the old
iPad? What is that? Button? Oh, that.
Yeah, that.
Oh, I didn't see it. I just heard
the hippie
that.
transition.
I was like, what is that sound effect? Yeah.
The hippie transition.
Yeah, that thing is cool. So you were just doing that in between going to...
Yeah, normally it doesn't fit, but tonight it fit.
Comics. We should always be in the comics. Look at that.
I know. We could just keep doing this.
Wow. I like it.
It's
very
not a bad
colorful.
gig. We could still have the spaceship.
Yeah.
And we could just start making different panes with actual stories in them, pictures of our spaceship, and then we go to the control panel of the spaceship.
How about this?
You know, and then we're like, we already have all this stuff still works.
I will cartoonify our control panel.
Yeah, cartoonify it.
Yeah, I'll cartoonify those things. Yeah, like that control panel, blah blah blah. I'll mess around with that and see if we can get something cool.
Yeah, I love it.
So everything just looks like do some vivid colors and stuff. You know, play around with the colors. All right, I'm on it.
I love it. Yeah, I want to work on the colors of these ones I made earlier. Make them sort of pop in the bright yellows and stuff like these graphics, but they're really cool. Those worked pretty well all night.
Yeah, that's so neat.
There is one just.
I mean, yeah. If not every week, we definitely have to do a comic night once a month, just because all these things are so cool. They can't only be used once.
Yeah, therein lies that's the the repetition question again.
Right. Yeah.
If comic book thing was just our thing, and we did that every Friday, in a couple of months, it'd be like the coolest comic looking thing you've ever seen. We'd find so many new little ways.
Yeah, you just keep doing
to
it.
comic book it out, and like when people tune in like 2 months, they'll be like, "Holy moly!" It's like, look, it's a cartoon, it's a comic book,
come to life.
But in true the whole other style and Nathan's style and Lex style, it's silent movies one week. It's
be fun to do that again soon.
It's green screen the next week. Silent movie was fun. It's just so fun coming up with the ideas.
We can do.
Then we do like
movie.
a proof of concept version as opposed to like ready for Hollywood, like ready for Broadway. The comic book production. It's too much to think about. I just think it's funny.
Yeah, I just love that cartoony effect you had on me. It's so
It's perfect.
Cool.
It looks so good in the panels.
Yeah, it looks.
It's great. And the one I have on me on the middle left.
Yeah, is so cool.
With the boom and the weird frames. It's just that's one of our best hold screen control panel screens ever.
Look at that filter. It's like a cartoon.
I know, right?
Yeah, your middle left is cool with the boom.
Mm-hmm.
And all the like dots and everything. It's so cool.
That frame looks really good with the filter on you on the top left. It's so comic booky.
Oh my gosh.
If they could all be that,
I know.
we'd bring the sun up.
That's it. Yeah.
If they were all doing that right now, there's no way we'd be able to stop playing. It'd be
almost just leave it like that. It would be so cool to look at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. Howard the Duck.
Oh my God.
Well, let's listen back to it.
All right.
I don't get to pay attention much when I'm playing to see what's going on at the time, plus with the delay, so be cool. It's always cool to watch it back too.
So many gold gifts tonight that I missed.
Yeah, that's making me hungry. I'm definitely doing something when I get home. Boom, boom. Leaving song? Crazy?
talking heads in the news want to warn you everything is parsed. And yeah, but it could get worse, just to keep us tuning in forever. Somewhere a soldier sitting in the dead of summer, in the ocean on a platform, in the eye of a hurricane. We came, but we could not get it together. Now everybody's gone a little crazy, and when you're crazy, you don't even know you're crazy, 'cause you're crazy. Now this should come as no surprise to glazed donut eyes, like balloons that we untie, might just float away, come what may, be gone. People keep asking me rhetorical questions, and then talking before I finish my heartfelt reply. So much sometimes I think I must be. I mean, everybody's gone a little crazy. And when you're crazy, you don't even know you're crazy, 'cause you're crazy. Now all the boats and trains, cars and planes, to me they're invisible. I only see the people as they go flying by. Can you believe that? Asleep up in the sky. Multiplied, we divide the indivisible, spend all our time fudging the numbers, trying to make it come out equal, no matter what or who we have to hide. That's why everybody's gone a little crazy. And when you're crazy, you don't even know you're crazy, 'cause you're crazy. Everybody's gone a little crazy. And when you're crazy, you don't even know you're crazy, 'cause you're crazy. Good night, everybody.
Good night, y'all.
Love you, Lex.
Love you too, buddy.